Ice-cold Coca-Cola. There's no waistline worry with Coke, you know. Actually, this individual-sized bottle has no more calories than half a grapefruit.
Let's address the polyester-clad elephant in the room. We were skinny. No diets, no gyms. Just the 1960s way of living, with a little movement, a lot of home cooking, and maybe a scoop of Jell-O on the side. Number 1. The kitchen closed at 6:30.
Come on, doesn't she deserve a break?
Back in the day, dinner hit the table by 6, and that was the end of it. The kitchen wasn't a 24-hour buffet. It was more like a restaurant that closed promptly and refused to seat you after dark. Once the dishes were done, that was it. No midnight fridge raids, no second dinners in front of the TV. You brushed your teeth and called it a night. And if you did get hungry later, tough. You were told to go drink some water and think about breakfast. Spoiler alert, it worked. Number 2, snack. What snack?
Wow, Mom, boy, oh boy. There's a Mustang car inside the Rice Crinkles.
Oh, no, dear, the Rice Crinkles are inside our Mustang.
We didn't live in a world of constant snacking. Sure, there were after-school cookies if you were lucky, or a handful of Planters peanuts from the jar above the fridge. But snack time wasn't a scheduled event. No snack bars in purses, no boxes labeled snack size, which, by the way, always made you hungrier. Back then, you had your 3 meals. That's it. Everything else? That was called waiting. Turns out our stomachs were fine with a little patience. Number 3, soda was a treat, not a side dish.
Funny faces, fancy drink.
One of the new Funny Face drinks.
You didn't drink soda with every meal. You didn't drink it instead of a meal. If you got a Coke, it came in a tiny glass bottle with a straw, and you felt like royalty. There were no gallon-sized cups, no refills, and no one was sipping cola at 9 a.m. unless they were very, very tired or very, very brave. Pop was for drive-ins, diners, or birthday parties with crepe paper streamers. And if you got a cherry in it, you'd already peaked for the week. Number 4, PE was basically boot camp in sneakers.
Children, boys and girls, college students, mothers and fathers. And all of us, I think, should welcome it.
PE in the 60s wasn't about feelings or flexibility. You weren't mindfully moving your body. You were sprinting, climbing ropes, and doing jumping jacks until your gym teacher's whistle finally ran out of steam. There were no yoga mats, no soothing playlists. Just the shriek of sneakers on waxed floors and a vague fear of dodgeballs to the face. Boys ran laps. Girls did calisthenics in matching gym suits that somehow made everyone look slightly damp. You learned to stretch, sweat, and survive the presidential fitness test. And if you forgot your gym clothes, you did it in your regular clothes, humiliated but still sweating. Nobody called it wellness. It was just gym. And it kept you leaner than any boutique spin class ever could. All right, let's make a deal. I'll keep digging up these vintage gems, and you hit that little subscribe button like you're dialing in your favorite radio station. If this isn't your first video, you clearly like a good throwback. So go on, help a guy out. And hey, if you're on Facebook, come join me there too. It's like a virtual backyard barbecue for nostalgia lovers, minus the Jell-O mold. See you there? Number 5. Moms cooked like scientists. Here's something we don't say enough. Our mothers could cook. They could open 3 cans, boil 2 things, and make a full meal that fed 6 and had leftovers. They weren't looking at apps or following influencers. They were making tuna casseroles, Salisbury steak, and spaghetti that somehow stretched through Thursday. Meatloaf Mondays, Chicken Tuesdays, fish sticks on Friday if you were Catholic or just liked tartar sauce. And say what you want about creamed corn. It did its job. We ate at home. We had balance. We didn't think too hard about it. Number 6. Lunch was packed, not picked up.
Sorry, Charlie. Only the finest prime tuna is good enough for Starkist. More people like the taste of Starkist than any other tuna. Try it and see why. Tell them Charlie sent you.
Let's hear it for the paper bag. Or if your mom was fancy, metal lunchboxes with the matching thermos. Lunch wasn't an event, it was fuel. Usually a sandwich, not triple-decker, a piece of fruit, and maybe a cookie. No one was customizing orders, asking for dressing on the side, or stressing about what kind of milk to get. You got what was packed, you ate it, you moved on. And somehow, we survived, with energy left for gym class. Number 7. Dessert came with rules.
Here's a new kind of pudding and kids can make it. It's called Shaker Pudding and all you do is shake it.
New Shaker Pudding dessert mix from Royal.
Dessert happened, but not every night. It wasn't a constitutional right. It was a maybe. We'll see. You might get chocolate pudding if your mom had time, maybe a bowl of canned peaches. Birthday cake came on birthdays. And if you dared ask for a second slice of pie, that was bold, very bold. But that little bit of sugar, when it came, felt like magic. It was enough to make your week, not ruin your metabolism. Number 8. Chores actually burned calories. You weren't just helping around the house, you were training for the decathlon. Vacuuming meant dragging a metal beast the size of a small pony across shag carpet for an hour. Laundry meant hauling wet clothes in a basket heavier than your little brother. You hung sheets on a clothesline. You pushed a mower that didn't mow so much as chew the grass. You washed windows, dusted blinds, and polished furniture like you were getting paid. You weren't. Chores weren't cute. They were cardio. Number 9. You were always told to go outside and do something. Back then, being inside too long was suspicious. The moment you got bored or loud, someone would tell you to go outside. No one cared what you did. Just go. Ride your bike. Climb something. Dig a hole. Come back when the streetlights come on. And we did. We ran, jumped, skinned our knees, climbed trees, roller skated down sidewalks with no pads and terrible judgment. Not to get our steps in, just because there was nothing better to do, and it beat vacuuming. By the time you came home, you were filthy, starving, and 2 pounds lighter. Number 10. You ate. You laughed. You lived. Maybe the biggest difference wasn't what we ate. It was how we thought about food. You didn't obsess. You didn't analyze. You didn't cry over a cookie. You had dinner with your family. You cleared your plate. You told stories, spilled your milk, passed the bread. Food was part of life, not the whole show. And when you went back and looked at photos, you were surprised by how little you thought about your body, because you were too busy living in it. If this gave you a grin or brought back a few memories of metal lunchboxes, frozen orange juice, or your mom's famous ham loaf, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's more where this came from, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. And hey, tell me in the comments, what was something in your daily routine back then that kept you moving without you even noticing? Until next time, keep it light, keep it moving, and keep the Jell-O cold.